Welcome back to Super League Superstars with our guest, London owner David Hughes. David, I want to take you back and ask you, who has been the best signing for London?
It's a tough question, that, Terry, because there's different types and different monies spent and stuff like that. But if you look at overall, it was Australian. I'd say Peter Gill, who came from St George, and fantastic player, loose forward, stroke stand-off. Yeah. I think he made the team of steel a couple of times. So I would say Gilly. Some great players like Terry Matson, Tony Ray, Tony Mestroff, Dennis Moran. You know, I could rhyme a load of them off. Tommy Lulai.
A lot of those players enjoyed the time down in London, didn't they?
There's a big community down in Brisbane and Sydney now, and they're all in touch. Greg Barwick and people like that. I could rhyme them all off.
Yeah.
Darren Shaw and people, and there's like a little community of Broncos down there. Tony Ray keeps in touch with them. Steve Roslin, guys, Rozzo, and some real characters. So they all send messages, and they're all good guys, you know. And so there is a community out there. But I'd say, all things considered, Gilly was the most outstanding player.
I'd agree with you on that. What about you, putting you on the spot, probably your worst signing that you've made?
Well,
if there is one.
I hate character assassination, but Mark Carroll didn't do as well as he could. It's a complete reverse this season. I think I was talking to Joe Grimmiers today, and there's 23 go out of the squad next year, and we've signed. Everyone is signed, every player. I can't reveal the last 3 or 4, but they're all signed. Not made the announcements yet. We've got a 25-man squad, of which 23 are new.
Steve, good side though, didn't he?
When I saw the team, I actually thought we got no chance as well. And when they had the wingers out there, they had about 7. They'd all played Super League.
Yeah.
And it was a good squad. But of course, you miss, like all clubs, you miss 4 or 5 top players out your team. You struggle. So yeah, it was great to get a win.
And where do you see London competing in that when it splits them, that middle tier, and it goes into 3 leagues of 8? Where do you see London?
I think the biggest challenge will be playing against the bottom 4 in the Super League. You know, when it goes in the washing machine, as Big Nigel calls it.
Yeah.
And the challenge then will be, you know, they're on the distribution money of 1.8 million. We're on 700 odd, and Lee are on 500. So it's a massive, massive ask. But I've got a secret feeling that the squad we've got this year will aim up well, even against the bottom 4 in Super League.
So next year, when you're in the Championship in 2015, is that London Broncos starting again at the bottom to work to the top?
Yeah, I really believe that is where we find ourselves. You know, with the gate we get, we don't deserve to be in Super League. You know, so I hope the fans will come and support us. They're sick of seeing us losing. I don't think that'll be the case in the Championship. We're far more capable. We spent more money, coaching staff, physios, squad, far more capable than we were at the start of last year. So I expect big things. I expect to be there in the washing machine, Nigel's washing machine, with the Daz at the end of the season, and we'll see what happens, you know.
Me and you, we walk down the road, we meet each other in a pub.
Yeah.
I'm a local lad.
Yeah.
How do you sell rugby league to me?
Well, it's hard to sell it. For me, it's dead easy. It's the best spectator sport in the world. I've been a channel director right through the good times with Kirby Slate, 8 years, the Premiership, been to every boardroom, Newcastle United, all that. It's absolutely the best spectator sport in the world. I can't really explain it better than that. You've got to go and see it, really.
Is there a lot of work that goes on with the marketing department in London? And I said, you seem to build up a good base somewhere, and then it's hard to move on and start again, isn't it?
No, I think London's the hardest place in the world to develop a sport like rugby league. You've got soccer's massive here. You've got every week we've got an excuse. You've got Wimbledon. You've got, you know, grand finals. You've got internationals. You've got Chelsea. It's money. You know, soccer's massive at the moment. So you're competing in the hotbed of sport. It's a tough call. You know, if you're in Dewsbury, if you're in Leeds, you know, it's different. You know, some towns are synonymous with rugby league, like Wigan. Wigan's bigger than Wigan Athletic. Sorry, Dave Whelan, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean? But it is. You can't create that down here.
It is a tough question. I don't want the exact figure, David, because I don't want to pry too much. Would it be fair to say you've put in north of £8 million in your time involved in rugby league?
I never like talking about how much money I've put in, but I've put in a shed load more than I put in into the soccer over the years. And but you know, you can work that out. If you look at, you've got to do your books every year. You can see where you are. People can calculate what you've put in. If you're getting 1,500 fans, with no overdraft. With no overdraft with the bank, so I make up the deficit every year So,
but there's only you at the minute, isn't there?
100% only me, and you know, that figure might be a lot higher, perhaps. You know, I don't like commenting on it. I'm not happy that you know, when I work in my own job here, we want to make money and be successful, and it's very difficult to do that in rugby league in London. But it's my passion.
Well, that's what it must be, because it's not really an investment. It's more of a love for the game, isn't it?
Yeah, and like you get a lot of stake from your family, perhaps, and all sorts. You know, I could have had a new house while you're doing the club. You know, my daughter might say that or something like that. So you do get a lot of stake, and I'm not proud of that. You know, but the reality is, you know, if someone said in rugby league, you need 10,000 people to break even. If you're paying your salary cap in Super League today, if you've got 10,000 fans, you'll not lose money. Anybody below 10,000, you can calculate your loss. It's a stat, which someone's told me that, and I believe that very much. So you can calculate what you're losing.
So as a successful businessman, David, if your company was losing money, you'd probably wrap it up, wouldn't you?
You'd be tempted to, and you couldn't afford to fund it, Terry. So it's, as I say, you're not proud if you're losing money, and the fact that I'm working at my age is probably one way is to fund my hobbies and my sports and my passion. But to get it to break even is a very difficult task in London, and so it'll be a learning curve. Even though we've been going since 1996, I'm quite excited about the championship next year and how we start from there and build again, build for the future.
Well, David, you can sit here and talk to you. Your passion is obviously evident for everybody to see. Good luck in the future with London Broncos.
Yeah, thanks, mate. Cheers.
Thanks, Terry, and to David Hughes, who wraps up this series of Super League Superstars. We've loved hearing from all of the genuine stars in the game. We hope you have too. So from me, Angela Powers, and from the team, Terry, Barry, Phil, John and Brian, thanks for watching.